Hello Internet, happy Thursday. 2 days until the regional, 2 days until the UK's first ever regional, Europe's second ever regional level tournament. So exciting stuff going on. Hopefully you've been watching this sort of route to the regional series over this last week, over this last few days. You've seen hopefully that I've been playing with these three teams and we've had a little bit of a scoreboard going on. So we've been counting how many teams, how many times each team has won their games. And basically, let's get into the game with Parasect team, and I'll give you the scoreboard. So, here we go. This is the scoreboard so far. So we've got Parasect team, 2 wins, 1 loss. Togekiss team with 1 win, 2 losses, and Lier team with 2 wins and 1 loss. So, it's not gone fantastically, I suppose, but it is what it is, and it is what it is, basically, isn't it? I mean, every game's different. You never know what you're going to get. I've been having some fun with these games, I suppose, as well. I'm not taking them too super seriously. But, we've got Mawile and Rain, which is something that we haven't seen I haven't seen for quite a long time, actually. It's kind of like Metagross Rain and stuff like that now. But Mawile, without any kind of Trick Room support or... I don't know, I suppose Sizzle could have Tailwind. That's the only kind of speed control that I can see on here. Maybe Politoed's got Icy Wind as well, who knows. But, I don't know, interesting looking team. I have got Tyranitar, so I can disrupt the weather, but he has got a lot of things. Every one of his Pokemon can hit my Tyranitar super effectively, so I don't know if I even want to take my Tyranitar here. I don't think I do. Azumarill would be very nice here. The Sylveon might be a little bit of a problem. The Mawile might be a little bit of a problem. I think I want to try and set up with Azumarill though. I'm going to lead with Parasect and Azumarill. I think I would actually like... I think... Oh, this is actually a bit tough. Because I don't know, Raichu would be quite nice to sort of disrupt a little bit. But I never tend to take Raichu if I don't lead with it. Because it can't really switch in on much. I kind of like Crobat here as well, because I can quick guard bullet punches that are coming Azumarill's way, and I can quick guard on sucker punches and fake outs and stuff as well. But other than that, I really should have Tailwind on this Crobat, shouldn't I, to sort of match his Kingdra with speed. Blaziken is obviously quite nice as well, because I'll be able to hit the Mawile and the Scizor. So I think I do want Blaziken. I don't know, Tyranitar would be nice to disrupt the rain a bit, but I think, oh, this is tough. I think I'm actually going to go with Raichu. I'm going to put Raichu in the back. So, sorry Crobat, I'm just not too used to using Crobat, honestly. Kingdra, Politoed. So obviously, Azumarill is quite nice here. I could try and set up with it, but it might also be sensible just to go for a knockout on Kingdra. I think Kingdra will want to try and withdraw though, so I'm actually going to Spore the Politoed, and I'm going to try and get this Belly Drum off. Yeah, so here's the Mawile coming in, and hopefully, okay, so he gets the Ice Beam off, hopefully no freeze, excellent. So, because he has got the rain up, he's actually kind of helping me here, because as we can see, the dry skin is healing Parasect, and my Aqua Jets are super powerful now. Super, super, super powerful. Now, I'm going to... I don't know, I quite like Parasect sitting in here, actually, because I am healing, and in one more dry skin turn, I'm going to be basically... in another Ice Beam, out of another Ice Beam range, I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go for a Rage Powder this turn. The Mawile is probably going to protect, so I might be tempted to just go for a Play Rough onto Politoed. I think the Mawile should protect here. I think it would make sense for him to, but he is Mega Evolving, so maybe he isn't. Ooh. Play Rough obviously knocks out the Politoed here. And he goes for an Iron Head and knocks out the Parasect. Oh, nasty. So, that didn't go according to plan. I would have preferred to have knocked the Mawile out there. But I'm still not in a bad position by any means. I can still bring Raichu in. I suppose bringing Raichu in the back means that I can just bring it in like this and force a bit of disruption, some much needed disruption, while Azumarill is all set up like this. Okay, so Sylveon is his last Pokemon, which makes this a bit more interesting. Now, I am glad that I've got my Fake Out here, and I am glad actually that the rain is up. I want to use this rain because a +6 Aqua Jet, might not necessarily knock out a normal bulky Sylveon, but in the rain it definitely will. So I'm gonna go for a I don't know. I really thought he would protect with his excuse me, with his Mawile last turn. He has got the Kingdra in the back as well. I'm going to go for a Fake Out onto Sylveon, and I'm actually going to go for a Play Rough on Mawile. A +6, a Play Rough should knock the Mawile out. Again, he's not protecting. Wow, not protecting. But thankfully, I hit my Play Rough and it goes down. So, that was a little bit more risky because he didn't switch out, because there was a 10% chance of missing. But I thought he might want to, try and bring the Kingdra in or something. It's just is not doing anything right now. Kingdra, unless it freezes my Azumarill or gets loads of Icy Wind drops, isn't really doing anything to Azumarill here. So I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt on Kingdra and get this Aqua Jet off onto Sylveon. Got something in my throat. Please bear with me as I struggle through this. Okay, so there's a Muddy Water. Thankfully, there's no accuracy drops. And I get the paralysis as well. So, insult into injury, really. There's no way that I can lose this now. Just safe Thunderbolt and Aqua Jet. Excuse me. Oh, dear me. Maybe my voice isn't cut out for this talking business. I've been talking all day today. I've been at work, so. I go to schools and do like classes and assemblies and stuff. That's what I've been doing today. So I've been talking for a lot of today. But yeah, nice. That's another notch onto Parasect's post. And Parasect actually did do something this game as well. So that's an extra bonus there. So good on you, Parasect. Let's copy that. Let's get into our next game with Togekiss. And Togekiss. I keep saying this team, it really is just for a bit of fun. This team isn't quite so serious. I still think that it can, it obviously can beat serious teams, but it's probably just not as consistent as you would want a team to be. But there we go. Hopefully, Togekiss, you can get one more win on your little notch. We've got more rain again. Another Kingdra, another Politoed in Kingdra. This Thunderous, maybe might have even Thunder. You never know. The Ferrothorn could be a little bit of an issue as well, especially because he's got Camerupt covered reasonably well with his Politoed and Kingdra. I do have my Abomasnow. I can disrupt the weather, but let's see how this is going to go. I think he's going to lead with this Scrafty. What have I even got to hit Scrafty with? Not too many things, to be honest. Camerupt obviously hits it really hard as well and doesn't really care for Intimidate. But Jellicent is really not going to appreciate a knockoff or a crunch from it. Escavalier, I always forget you, Escavalier. You never do anything. I never take you poor thing. But how are we going to approach this? I think Trick Room is the way. I don't have any fairies on this team. Well, I've got a Togekiss, but I haven't got any fairy attacks on this team. Which is, would have been nice here, I suppose, for the Scrafty and the Kingdra. Kind of wish I still had my Azumarill on this. I was using that team, but no, I'm not. So, how are we going to go about this? I'm actually going to go with, this might seem odd. No, I'm going to go with the Abomasnow, actually. I'm going to go with the Abomasnow and Jellicent. I'm going to take Camerupt, and in the back, I think... Oh, I don't know. Is this your time, Escavalier? Or should I just take Togekiss again? I mean, I kind of want Rhyperior because he's got this Thunderous here. But Escavalier does hit Scrafty, a bit more, and it's not quite so threatened by it. Now, I'm going to go with Rhyperior. Sorry, Escavalier. We're gonna throw it out, see what happens. Okay, so he is leading with the Thunderous. He's probably gonna go for the fake out on the Abomasnow, which is the obvious move, and maybe a Taunt, maybe a Thunderbolt. So I'm actually gonna bring Rhyperior in and go for a Trick Room because I've got Mental Herb on this Jellicent. So again, this is like my 2013 Trick Room team where I had Marowak and Jellicent. Oh, he's bringing Politoed out. Okay, I don't mind that too much. Oh, Thunder. He has got Thunder, but I get the Trick Room off, which is quite nice. I do like that. Now I do threaten with a Water Spout. I kind of want to leave the rain in for my, extra Water Spout damage. But a Water Spout Rock Slide I don't think is going to knock this Politoed out. I'm just going to go for a Drill Run and a Water Spout though. This might knock it out if it's more offensive. Okay, or he brings his Ferrothorn in, and this is not going to appreciate it. It is going to be -1, but, Drill Run, yeah, a decent percent. Iron Barbs. And a Rain-boosted Water Spout actually does more damage. Wow, that's like 30%. That's quite a lot of damage. But it has got leftovers. So, again, he's kind of threatening. My Abomasnow doesn't really want to come in for Rhyperior because he could just Drain Punch that as well. But Rhyperior at -1 isn't really threatening too much. So I think I'm going to bring Camerupt in and I'm going to bring Abomasnow in. I think I'm going to switch both of these out. Yeah, so Camerupt might be taking a Drain Punch here, but Drain Punch shouldn't do too much damage, I don't think. Or a Fake Out. And a Power Whip misses the Abomasnow. Now, that wouldn't have done too much damage to Abomasnow, but the important thing is he would have broken my Focus Sash. So maybe he did get a little bit unlucky there. But, it is what it is. He might bring the Politoed back in just to get rid of my Hail and to obviously threaten the Camerupt. So I think I'll actually go for an Earth Power on Scrafty and bring Jellicent in. I don't think Ferrothorn's going to want to stay in with Camerupt out here. Yeah, here's the Politoed, here's the Jellicent, and there's the Earth Power. Oh, it doesn't knock Scrafty out, but I'll bring the Jellicent in on the Drain Punch. So that worked out quite nicely again. I could bring Abomasnow in, or I could just Earth Power, Water Spout. He might double protect, in which case I'm actually going to go for a substitute and a Water Spout. Because, the camera behind the substitute is very nice. He might switch the Politoed out for... Nah, he won't do that. I was going to say switch it for the Thunderous to take an Earth Power, but maybe that's... Oh, okay, so maybe that's a bit too much of a prediction, but at least the Scrafty's gone and we get a chunk onto the Politoed. Yeah, that's unfortunate that he does go for the the Scald, and I don't get a free substitute because that would have been nice. An Earth Power onto Politoed would have done a good chunk of damage. He doesn't even bring his Thunderous in. That's quite interesting, especially because my Jellicent does outspeed this Ferrothorn, as we know. So he could... Well, he's got Thunderous in the back. I've got Rhyperior and Abomasnow, so I'm not really too worried about that. I'm going to... because he could just Scold and Power Whip and knock both of these Pokemon out. I don't really want to lose two Pokemon on the same turn. So this is a little bit tricky, actually. What am I going to do? I'm actually going to protect with Camerupt, and I'm just going to go for... I mean, Jellicent's going to outspeed Ferrothorn, so I'm just going to go for another Water Spout, because Water Spout in the rain is doing a lot of damage. Jellicent is at full health still. So yeah, there's the Scald. There's the Water Spout, which, yeah, it's a nice chunk, that, isn't it? Even though it is resisted, it's a nice chunk of damage. And there's the Power, which does knock me out. Okay, that's fair enough. But that does mean that Ferrothorn is potentially in Blizzard range. This Hail is preventing his leftovers recovery as well now. So this is not a good situation to be in, actually. I'm going to... Ooh, what am I going to do? I need to get rid of this Politoed. And I can't bring Rhyperior in because it's just going to get scolded. So I'm going to Heat Wave and go for a Giga Drain onto this Politoed. Yeah, so Camerup's gone. I'm going to get a nice chunk onto the Politoed, yeah. But yeah, Ironhead, he's not messing around there. So that's actually really unfortunate. I thought I was in a good position, but this is just another example of this team just losing momentum. Like, could I have played that any differently? I mean, I suppose I could have made some smart switches, but I didn't want to risk him predicting around that. A Scald will knock the Rhyperior out from here, won't it? So, I mean, he might even go for a Scald onto the Abomus now, just because he knows that the Politoed does outspeed the Abomus now. So, I don't know. Do I protect the Rhyperior and go for a Blizzard? Or do I predict him to Scald the Abomasnow and go for a Rock Slide and a Protect, or a Drill Run and a Protect? I think I'm gonna do that. This is make or break, really. I think I've got to do this. But let's... Oh, he switches it out. Wow. Let's see. Power Whip. Oh, okay. I really should have just gone for a Blizzard that turn. I really should have just gone for a Blizzard. I mean, was that even safe from his perspective? I mean, I suppose Abomasnow was threatened by a Scald there. But I don't know. I don't like games like this because I feel like it should have turned out a bit better for me. So I mean, this is unfortunately another loss for this team. I mean, again, it is a bit of a sort of fun, jokey kind of team, but it's annoying when you think that you really could have won the game. So that's another loss for this team. But Lipard's gonna make it up for us now, I'm sure. So let's get into this, our third game. Ooh, we've got a Lipard mirror, which is quite interesting. So here's our rankings. Parasect on 3 wins, Togekiss still with just 1 win, poor Togekiss team. And this Lipard team hopefully is going to collect a win here. But we've got a Sylveon and we've got 2 fire types. It's really, really common to see Talonflame and Heatran on the same team, and I just don't understand that, really. I mean, I suppose it gives flying coverage for the fighting types that would threaten the Heatran, but why not something else with a good flying type coverage attack? Why are you having 2 redundant fire typings here? I don't know. It seems quite common, and I don't quite understand why. I think surely there's better answers for synergy for your teams. But either way, let's get into this. I think Terrakion's quite nice here. Thundurus is also quite nice here. Thundurus is very nice here. So yeah, I want Thundurus really in this. And let's go with Thundurus and Breloom. Let's go Thundurus, Breloom. Let's have my own Terrakion. And I want... See, I kind of want Scizor, but I kind of want Cresselia as well. Let's go with Cresselia. So, although he does have a Sylveon, I'm benching Scizor in this game. Here's the Blastoise and the Talonflame. Okay, interesting. Talonflame might go for some kind of Tailwind. When you see this kind of lead, you often expect Talonflame to Tailwind and the Blastoise to protect. Blastoise can have Fake Out, so that's the only thing that I'm kind of a little bit worried about. But he has got Lipard on this team, so I think it would be a bit silly for him to have Fake Out on the Blastoise as well. So I'm actually going to go for a Spore onto Talonflame and a Thunderbolt onto the Blastoise. Just because, if it does have Water Spout, then at least I'm neutralizing that. Breloom, it has got the Sash. If he targets the Breloom with a Brave Bird, then at least I'm putting the Talonflame to sleep. Breloom isn't the most important thing in this game as well, so, maybe I'm a little bit more reckless with it this turn. But let's put the timer on, and Thursday. Only 2 days until the regional. Okay. Ooh, it's a Mega Blastoise. And, okay, so exactly what I said. So he goes for a Protect and a Tailwind. So, he's got a guaranteed sleep turn here with the Talonflame, which is nice. The Talonflame might even switch out here for Sylveon, potentially. Neither of my Pokemon are going to appreciate a Water Spout. Now, what are we going to do? Because I could paralyze the Blastoise here. I've got lots of options. I feel like I'm in a good position. But this turn, he has got, obviously, the first whack with his Blastoise here because he's got Tailwind up. So, this is going to be an interesting turn. See, I think his Talonflame is going to switch out, so I'm kind of tempted to Spore that. Blastoise did just Protect, so I'm also tempted to just try and target that. So, I think that's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm just going to go for a Bullet Seed and a Thunder Wave onto the Blastoise. Because he could get fully paralyzed. Ooh, okay. Well, I was not expecting that. I was going to say he could get fully paralyzed. And I don't think a Bullet Seed will knock it out because they do tend to be pretty bulky. But this is very interesting now. I'm going to... Ooh, Terrakion doesn't want to take Clue to Brave Birds. I'm actually going to Protect with Breloom here and go for a Taunt onto Amoonguss. I really want this Amoonguss taunted. Okay, so the Talonflame wakes up, goes for a Brave Bird on the Breloom, which is a nice... yeah, okay. Ooh, so he saw through the Taunt and went for a Giga Drain. But that was a nice sort of prediction. That was me playing safe. Obviously... I do say you've got to, if you put something to sleep, you can't just assume it's going to sleep forever. So, I thought he could have woken up there, and I really did need to protect the Breloom there. But now I can Spore the Talonflame again. I can just Thunderbolt it. I can also just bring Cresselia in and go for a Thunderbolt onto the Talonflame, because he can't Rage Powder now. So I think that is what I'm going to do. Yeah, so he's got the Brave Bird off. That's, a chunk to the Cresselia, but at least I've got Talonflame gone now, and he can't set up the Tailwind again. Cresselia actually takes, a chunk of damage, actually, that turn. But we know he's got Blastoise. We don't know what his last one is, do we? No, I don't think we do. Either the Heatran, the Sylveon, or the Lipud. Now... Cresselia, I think I just want to go for an Icy Wind and a Thunderbolt onto the Blastoise. An Icy Wind because, an Icy Wind because if the Blastoise is timid, it can still outspeed Breloom, so I just want to get a bit of damage off onto that. He's chipping away quite nicely at my Cresselia here, though. I got to give it to him for doing that. Blastoise is looking quite nasty here, though. Will a Psychic and Hidden Power knock Amoonguss out here? Because a Taunt is pretty obvious. I think I'm just going to aggressively target this Amoonguss. Yeah, okay, nice. With Hidden Power and the Psychic, nice one, yeah. So that knocks both of them out. He might go for a Water Spout here, which does a lot of damage, but thankfully both of my Pokemon survive. We did see that Cresselia is faster than Blastoise here as well. Oh, and Heatran's this last one, which is quite nice to see, seeing that I've got Terrakion and Breloom in the back. So, again, I'm feeling quite good about this. I'm going to... if he gets a spread attack off from either of these Pokemon, then both of them are going down. Well, maybe not a Water Spout, I suppose, but a Heat Wave, because I can get the Thunderbolt off, before. He might Protect. I think he'll Protect with his Blastoise, because it is pretty obvious. But I do want to be targeting this Blastoise, because I've got the Heatran covered in the back. So I'm going to go for a Hidden Power Ground, and I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt onto the Blastoise. Oh, he actually protects with Heatran. Nice Thunderbolt onto Blastoise. This Thundurus is probably going to survive this Water Spout. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's worked out really nicely. I'm going to bring Breloom in instead of Terrakion, yeah, because if he has got Chopper Berry, then I can Mach Punch it first to eat the Chopper Berry, and then I can close combat it in the future. And the Thundurus basically threatens the Blastoise with the Thunderbolt. So, you know, a couple of wins in this episode. You know, a really unfortunate loss with that Togekiss team. You know, you're not showing yourself to be very competitive, Togekiss team, but at least, you know, maybe you're adding a little bit of interest into this team, into these videos rather. That's what I'm trying to say. Making them a bit more fun, I suppose. You know, and I'm hoping that you are enjoying watching these videos. I'm hoping that you're, you know, sticking with this. We've got, you know, 2 days until the regional, so tomorrow will be the last day of this series. Of this, you know, route to the regional series, this little pop-up series. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please, you know, again, feel free to like and share and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye for now.